Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday to all of you. Here we are again in our Sunday spot. It's kind of tradition already. So the series of the spiritual topics, prophecies, predictions, coming from different people, from different countries, from different parts of the world, and those who lived many years ago, and a lot of those things are coming true, not all of them. Before I start this video, I want to tell you that yesterday, some of you probably know, you saw the post on my community page. I have created a poll. You could vote. There was over 1,200 votes, so you participated in that experience, and I have asked you, my audience, what would you like me to talk about today? Would you prefer for me to record another video about more spiritual topics, since it's Sunday, so we can take it a little bit easier on the energy? Or would you like me to talk about Duda, or as President of Belarus Alexander Lukashenko calls him Dudu's visit in Kiev that took place yesterday? Majority of you, and that is 75%, said spiritual, 25% said Duda. I don't want to disappoint the 25% of my voters, and I promise tomorrow a big part of my video will be about Dudu's visit in Kiev. I think he can wait one day, because it's the same shenanigans and the same BS, just different date. So we talk about Dudu tomorrow and that visit. The celebration of the 33rd, again, here we are, 33rd anniversary of Ukraine's independence. And he went there, the Prime Minister of Lithuania was there, and of course Zelensky was there. So, three musketeers. But today, I have chosen, since it's my channel, and your votes do matter, I decided to continue with those spiritual videos for Sundays, because they have a different vibe, and if we talk about those topics, we should not combine this with other topics too much, because you will change the frequency of the video, of the message. Today I have chosen prophecies about the future of the world. There is part of those prophecies about about Israel, about Russia, about Bulgaria, and over US a little bit as well, and overall about the humanity. And I think it will be quite interesting to go through those words from Bulgarian, again, Bulgarian clairvoyant Slava SEVRYUKOVA. This was a recommendation from many of you. I have quite a number of Bulgarian viewers. Thank you so much for your suggestions. Greetings to you all. In my last video, in which I was talking about Baba Vanga and her predictions, I have to tell you, I am honestly really surprised. I wasn't expecting, I was thinking you're not gonna watch this video much because you really like me to talk about Edgar Cayce 2 weeks ago. However, this was the video that got even more views than the one about Edgar Cayce and the future of Russia, because this one had 63,000 views for my channel. This is a very good number, and 1,500 comments, over 1,500 comments, and guys, 10,000 likes, so it's possible. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your great response to this video. So today, let's jump into this. Bear with me if I mispronounce, as I tend to, any words. Put in the blank, get the context of the message, and I hope you will be okay with this. The prophecies of Slava SEVRYUKOVA. She was born in Nova Zagora, I think that's the name of the place, in Bulgaria. I remember the dates when she lived, 1902, and she died in 1991. So a lot of those words that she said, how many years ago now? Over 30 years ago, are actually coming to fruition. So, again, the disclaimer here. You hear different things, you hear different prophecies, you hear different opinions, even the analysts, right? Like, military expert or political analysts, geopolitical analysts, but you choose what you believe in. So this is my intention with those videos. I'm bringing you certain topics, prophecies, predictions, but you are the one who is choosing what you believe in, what resonates with your soul, with your heart, with your intuition. So keep it in mind, it's not my place to tell you what is for you or what is not. However, if you like my videos, hitting this like means a lot to me. It's free of charge, and it also helps with YouTube's algorithm to suggest those kind of videos or any videos that I put out to wider audience in the world, which is great because we all as human species, no reptiles here, can unite, at least on this channel. So let's go through those prophecies of Slava SEVRYUKOVA. She developed clairvoyant abilities at the age of 8-9, and it's believed that her ancestors on the mother's side were also known to have been devoted to treatments with home remedies and gifted with clairvoyance. Her grandmother was a medicine woman and a herb woman, as well as her mother Maria. Those are her predictions. Now I will be quoting her from this moment on. Advise your relatives who live abroad to return by 2028. This means as far as Bulgaria. After that, even if they wish to do it, it will be really difficult and we won't be able to accept them. The serious cataclysms and disturbances will be taking place in stages during certain times. The third decade of the second millennium will mark the beginning of those malevolent events. Part of them will take place between 2025 and 2032. I can see that divine, beautiful harmony among people. Now, however, we need to survive this period, which is kind of an obstacle. It's a delay in time. Certain things have to be experienced first. Then the spiritual shall come to men. This will take place from 2025 to 2030. Water will be spreading. Dry land from oceans will emerge. Do not rely that the dry land you walk on will remain dry land forever. People who live in the highlands will survive. Therefore, Bulgaria, a predominantly mountainous country, will be less affected by the calamities. I'd probably jinx this word. Lots of souls in the near future will voluntarily go to the afterlife. Only people who live in the highlands will survive. We are at the end of a cycle from our millennium development. This is when she's talking, this was like in 1990 or maybe prior, right? We are approaching another one, much more important and elevated. Once it is over, we shall become completely different. In the same way, those who survived the flood were no longer the same. Nowadays, there are very few people like me, but the human race will walk a long way. As time passes by, the people of the future will increase in numbers. Therefore, we encounter so many difficulties and suffering. This is the way you test and train the spirit. It is important to stand up for the truth. I repeat this. It is important to stand up for the truth. Horrible events are predicted to happen. Epidemics, famine, stench. What is not destroyed by nature will be completed by wars. There will be monstrous manifestations of the human spirit towards evil, unseen ever before. But then it was said to me, this horror is final. Darkness will no longer spread so strongly over the earth. Life on earth obeys cosmic laws. The balance between our world and afterlife has long been disrupted by millions and billions of souls. As time passes by, AIDS will cease to exist and finally disappear. After AIDS, there will be even more, now bear with me this word, abominable suffering, remodeling the behavior of the human race. I can see constantly ember burning above the world. Darkness and light have been fighting on earth since time immemorial. Once Judas, we say Judas in Polish, became an instrument of evil, betraying Jesus. Now the Jewish people, so here she's getting into Israel. Now the Jewish people will become a cannon for many Christian countries to suffer. In that area, there is a massive, uncontrollable fire concealed at the moment. When it breaks out, many Jews will go to the other side of the world and will perish. For what they are doing now with the Arabs, they will be indemnified. They will be defeated, beaten, and driven away by them. So is she talking about the Zionists, guys? What do you think? You can put in the comments down below. This event is expected to happen after a massive geo-cataclysm. The Jews will experience powerful blows from everywhere. The period 2025 and 2032 is set to be the only part of the forthcoming trials. There are more to come. Don't be scared. Even the most devastating tragedies are not perpetual. Just after every hurricane, there comes serenity. Humans have future. It will decrease in quantity, but elevate in quality. Can we have thumbs up on my channel, just that there is hope that humans will increase in quality? We need more qualified, or we need more humans with equality, right? Because lately, majority, yeah, dogs are better, to be honest. There are cataclysms ahead. The harmony between the visible and invisible world has been disrupted. Millions and billions of souls are predicted to go to afterlife. I can see you will have to walk kilometers and kilometers before you come across a living person. Pray for the mankind, be it the easy way. It occurred to me, as Jesus could not avoid the bitter cup, our children would have to experience that as well. But don't be scared. Harmony will be restored after all the events. However, I am telling you, you have to be ready for them, to bear them. As I repeat myself again, the human race will not be eliminated. Yes. The new human race will get rid of a very ridiculous and horrid feature, violence. The soul of Jesus will prevail in man. I have to tell you, before I continue, one of the reasons I decided to read you those prophecies is because of her mentioning Jesus. That's one of the main reasons. So, let's continue. The soul of Jesus will prevail in man. After eminent trials, on the verge of survival, it will leap forward to forgotten, God-forsaken spirituality. Do not be scared. The cards have been dealt. Humanity will seemingly lose the game, but the cards, all of a sudden, will turn over, bringing hope to the survivors, because those people will be much more elevated. Then, only they will live observing God's law. Now, she's talking about the World War III, kind of. So let's go through this. Here is about Russia, everyone. I know you're waiting. The Soviet Union will be broken up into separate states. Russia will remain on its own. At that time, it shall seriously confront China. I feel sorry for Russian people. Chinese army will try to defeat them. Siberia will no longer be a Russian territory. But Russia will never collapse. On the contrary, in the 21st century, it will become again one of the most powerful countries in the world. So, before we go further, so you see, this is again another person who is saying the same thing, that Russia will prevail and it will become once again one of the most powerful countries in the world. Slavs, us, me, Slavic nations, Slavs will never be removed from the earth. I want to tell you this, guys. I have a very good friend of mine, and when I see her, she often tells me that we are sharing the same opinions about pretty much everything, politically, energetically. So she's like my soulmate, soul friend, and she always tells me that no matter what, the Slavic nations we will prevail. So when I actually heard this from Slava SEVRYUKOVA. I remember my friend Kasia. Kasia, it's her name. I don't think she's watching because she doesn't really speak English, but yeah, I'm so blessed to know some people like her. Slavs will never be affected. Slavs will never be eliminated from the earth. They are assigned with a leading spiritual mission. So we are the leading edge, everyone. They are assigned with a leading spiritual mission and the forthcoming destinies of the human race. During that period of hardships, people with phenomenal abilities will help us. Only spirituality will revive us. Do not rely that the land you walk on will remain Bulgarian forever. Now we are going into Bulgaria. One day a significant part will be painfully ripped from its living and tough flesh. The southeast part of Bulgaria. There will be an attempt to annex that part to Turkey. Despite of the decline, we have to be proud of our ethnic origin. We have been sending our cruelest slavers to oblivion one after another. We should not look for an acknowledgement of our proud spirit, but earn it. We shall be respected both in Europe and around the world. Intelligent beings originating from our ancestors will bring glory to Bulgaria far and beyond its borders. I mean, look at the flag, right? So Bulgaria's flag on the top is white and the middle is green, and then you have red. And Russian flag is the same, except the green part is blue. Am I correct? I think I am. Actually, on my products, and this is not like trying to sell it, it's just on my products, when you click on this shop link that is down below, you will see how I didn't design, I had an idea, but the designer designed, we are the leading edge in the 3 colors of Russian flag, so you can see it there. I hope I didn't make a mistake. So, when evil strikes with a bang and everything seems hopelessly lost, all of a sudden there will be a twist. The villains who have been robbing the country for decades, about Bulgaria, for decades, will run away as if blown by wild winds. Honest people and fair people will come, who will love the country. What is meant to be will be, however, everyone is advised to take personal responsibility so that Bulgaria can succeed in its significant mission. We belong to the oldest people in Europe. They will not eliminate us. As long as there is life on earth, Bulgarians will survive. Therefore, I am telling you, we are chosen by God. Our people will not cease to exist. Our country will be in a crucial condition when it's on the verge. The spirit of the resurrected David, its leader at the time, will save it. That person will be a significant Bulgarian politician who will become famous worldwide. He will contribute a lot for the prosperity of both over our country and Europe. So, before we continue, those who are watching me from Bulgaria, because I be very honest with you, I'm not familiar at all with Bulgarian politics, please put in the comments down below how the situation in Bulgaria looks like at this very moment, so we can all, those who don't know, we can all learn from this. The insiders, please do it. Those who are leaving Bulgaria now, one day should bitterly regret it. Crucified between East and West, between North and South, we have one choice only, the spirituality. Reaching for it, neither West nor East can stop us, because we are predetermined by God to enrich the world. Our country will slightly improve when the world will be heading towards its disaster. However, we shall be safe from the impending doom. It will last half of the duration of the World War II. So I was thinking about it. If you count the length of World War II, that comes to, it's not full 6 years, but kind of. So let's say 5.5, right? But let's say 6. So let's say 3 years. I was just thinking if she was not referring to the conflict in Ukraine, because it will last half of the duration of the World War II. The superior light allowed the emergence of the USA. Later on, clever people, now we go to the US. Later on, clever people will leave the country to travel all around the world. Unfortunately, from that part of the world, this is about US, the evil will crawl and a war will break out. A massive dark ghost disguised as a human will be infatuated. I think I have this correctly. The whole world will stare at him. And here are some kind of advices from her. It's a little bit read again, so I hope you're still with me. Advice from Slava. Men should strive for elevated thoughts and deeds. Remember, we are in power, incomparable, godly. The power of mind. Not all people use it honestly without any harm. Fewer use it for good. Therefore, there will be a significant reduction of population. It was predicted Jesus Christ should return to this earth, and everyone shall bow a knee to see him. What do you think? I read the Bible before going to bed, and I read the Bible first thing in the morning. I was craving to see when this was going to happen, and I got it. But what? Not what you expect. Oh no, the truth is completely different. Listen. The clever merchant of ideas with rustling banknotes are trying to deceive us. So she's talking about the bankers, right? They are trying to deceive us that a new baby will be born again on earth. Godly, much more elevated, is the ultimate concept. As time passes by, the Son of God will incarnate into every sensible human being. They will merge together, and that will gradually change him and her, or her. Jesus Christ is the new man. This is very important, guys. I hope you're still here with me on this video. This is the Christ consciousness. Jesus Christ is the new man, is the new human, the bearer of the future virtues. And you will see Jesus in your brother, in your sister, and they in you. How? Thanks to the virtue you gain at the cost of hardships you manage to overcome. So with this, I want to end the prophecies from Slava, and I want to wish you something before we go into the comment of the day. You know what I wish you guys? I wish all of us to see Jesus in ourselves and in another person in your life. I wish us to see Jesus in other people, and I wish to find Jesus in us, ourselves. Because I believe this is what's going to save us. And that no AI can ever copy, replicate. Comment of the day from Odetta, from the video about Baba Venga, and my hand is already hurting. Odetta says, thank you, Anya, for your insights and thoughtfulness. I am a native Russian born in Baltics, so I am a citizen of European Union. Life brought me to settle in one of the Western countries which are now considered as one of the major enemies to Russia. I was just thinking today how I am grateful to God that He made me born Russian during Soviet times. I went to Soviet school and grew up on a Soviet humane values. And seeing now how many people around me in this so-called prosperous West have got mental problems, are non-resilient to life challenges, I realized how grateful I am as born Russian made me to have the core of the values which don't allow me to swing towards all this woke crap. And nothing will divert me from who I am until I die. Thank you so much for your comment. I love your comment. And I just want to say here from me, as someone who grew up during the communist times in Poland, that I was a child. So some of you are saying that I am glorifying communism. It's not at all. It's just what I'm glorifying is how people use those challenges from that time to strengthen their abilities, that resilience, that creativity, that persistence. You know, like they say, I forgot the exact quote, that the hard times make strong men and the easy times make weak men. It's not exactly the quote, but that's what I'm trying to say. This is all for today, everyone. I am immensely grateful for those of you who are still watching me all the way to the end of this video. Make sure to check your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. It helps my channel to grow. Thank you so much for hitting the like, leaving the comments. Believe me or not, I read them all. Thank you so much for all your donations. It really helps me a lot and it means a lot to me. On PayPal, buying me a coffee, my fundraiser for a little house in Russia. And following me on Instagram, as well as joining me on Patreon and Locals, and as well as my mailing list. And that's it for today, guys. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. See you tomorrow in a video about Dudu. Bye, guys.